Hey there. As you may have noticed, I've set up my Facebook again. I reactivated it last night. Been a while since I've been on there, so I forgot the madness that's Facebook. My life was a lot better without it, but I figured with the virus I would come back on and do some stuff with that. Anyways, I activated last night and went to bed. Woke up this morning and had about 300 messages from people. So I need to clarify a couple of things first. One, stop calling me. If I don't know you, don't phone me through Messenger. All right? Especially if you're a Middle Eastern man looking for a girlfriend or a wife. I know how you guys are. You have your wives, you have your girlfriends. I'm not interested in either. So don't bother calling me. Secondly, if you don't speak English, don't call me. How do you think that phone conversation is going to go? Of course, if you don't speak English, you won't understand what I'm saying anyway. So I will block you if you keep calling me. Secondly, people have been asking me where I was. So I guess I could give an explanation for that. I left YPJ in 2016 because one of my friends, a Cadral girl, decided to run away from the YPJ because they wouldn't listen to her. And her mom had asked me to help her get to Canada, so I said, okay, I'll do that. I don't make promises cheaply. So when I make them, I tend to stick to them. So I came back to Canada in 2016. I spent 2 years trying to get her to Canada. I did some business things to help me raise money for that. And then in early 2018, this girl screwed it up because she didn't listen to me. I told her, don't go to China. You can't trust China. For 8 months, I told her, don't go to China. She didn't listen to me. Probably typical 20-something. You can't tell them anything. I think I might have been like that when I was in my 20s. So she screwed it up, and I was pissed. It cost me over $20,000. But I didn't say anything. But then she insulted me with some bullshit about going to an easy country. And that was enough to put me over the edge. So I was just like, fuck you. And then she ghosted me. And that seemed to set off, that really aggravated my PTSD. And I tried to keep myself busy. And it worked for a little while, but by that fall of 2018, I joined the fire department. But I think by December, January, I had to take everything off, disable Facebook, Twitter and all that stuff. It was just getting too much. Death threats and shit from Turks and stuff was just too much. But I don't know, it's taken 2 years to get to a point where I'm normal again. The fire department really helped, thank God. And medication. So anyways, here I am. It's a shame how things worked out, but I don't know. So anyways, that's not why I'm here. Unless you've been living under a rock, you know that there's a virus going around and everyone's supposed to stay home and shit. I'm in my car right now, but my home's just right there. So I figured what I would do is I would talk about what my country is doing and what I'm doing. I'm in Canada. We've not had a huge number of deaths yet. I think we're just, like 200 people infected. And I think so far as of today or as of yesterday, it was only 12 people have died. But a nurse from the nearby hospital just put out a message on, Facebook or whatever, saying that the ER is getting overrun and the numbers the media are reporting are not accurate. Surprise, surprise. Mainstream media not getting it right. Canada is, I think, so far dealing with it pretty good. The Prime Minister has gone on the news quite often saying, stay home, don't socialize, keep your distance from people. All the restaurants are closed. They only have takeout or delivery. The ones that are open, essential services are open, like grocery stores, but there you have people there keeping their distance and stuff like that, making sure people don't get too close to each other. And the liquor stores are open because, this is Canada and we like our beer. So, but there's no hockey, which is kind of sad. So otherwise, But we're in the early part of the curve, so it's probably going to get worse for sure. So, but anyway, so I figured what I would do is I would talk to people in other countries and see how they're dealing with it too. I may have somebody lined up to speak with me from Mexico, somebody from Iraq, somebody from Syria, somebody from Iran, somebody possibly from Sweden, and possibly Scotland, and I'm hoping to find someone in Russia. If you know anyone who wants to talk to me about it, we could set up a time. They should at least know enough English to, communicate with me. If they live in a country where it's difficult to speak out about the government, then we can do it, anonymously. Maybe just record their voice or something like that. And we could just find out how everyone's dealing with it, what the countries they're living in are doing about it, because I know some countries don't have the ability to manage it. They don't have a very good medical system. Like I think Syria doesn't really even have the ability to test for it. So yeah, I think this is something worth coming back to Facebook for and talking about and making people more aware. There's all this social distancing people are talking about, but a lot of people are totally not getting it. They're still going out, especially the younger ones, the kids, the teenagers, and the 20-somethings. They're just like, oh, well, here's a little, I know 20-something-year-olds, you don't like to listen to anything, but just listen to this for a second. There is life after 30, all right? So play the long game. Don't fuck around now, right? Don't go to the parties and hang out on the beach and shit like that. If you don't get sick, great, good for you, but you might make somebody else sick, your grandma, your grandpa, or even your parents or your uncles or whatever. Someone will get sick and die from it. So don't fuck around like that. But yeah, so we could talk about these things too. So anyway, so that's a brief explanation as to why I'm back on Facebook and what the plan is. Dude, I roll out my window in case this guy coughs on me. So anyways, hopefully my Facebook experience this time isn't as bad as last time, but it's Facebook. It's a parasite. It's disgusting. I hate it. That's how I feel about Facebook. Oh God, please have pants. This is kind of a pervert. Oh, he has a big belly though. I don't think he can get out of his truck. All right. See ya.